Everybody say, say, how can I express my gratitude for all the many things you've done for me? Words are not enough to say thank you. So Lord, you are my everything. You're my everything. How can I express my gratitude? How can I express my gratitude for all the many things Father, you done for me, yeah. Words are not enough to say thank you. So Lord, you are, you're my everything. Say, I call you Zion. Lord, my provider. I call you Nisi. You are my
Our private client services team is recognized for providing clear and practical legal advice to our clients in the United Kingdom and Ghana. Expert help with will writing, probate or estate administration. Our will writers and probate lawyers can act for you to obtain grant of probate and carry out estate administration on your behalf. The probate takes place after someone dies. If there's a will, the named executor is responsible for ensuring that the estate of the deceased is secured, assessing its value and paying any. If there is no will, the interstate and inheritance rules require similar responsibilities. Our lawyers offer strategic and practical solutions to the relation to succession planning, will preparation, probate and the administration of estates, immigration and visas, contentious family or probate disputes, administering estates often with inheritance cross-border issues, international trust advice including residence, domicile issues, wealth preservation, a fast, efficient service from SRA-regulated professionals, transparent pricing. BWF Solicitors, let us take care of probate.
Mami ensama wo achimbi emra akasafidi yiso yene lawyer Charles ena yebetwetwe nkomo me say last week oti yenka week se twemu oti yenka anopai yasa agi akonwa lawyer Charles me pacho me ma watching ema wakwaba
and prophet ejo so na pomo
onyame ashirame na bibia boko
Yami adompa
mo anopai you were 92.4 FM, that is Rainbow Radio International. Ya boy lawyer kachi yema lawyer enchia atifo na fi yemfa dwumadi no enhyehyɛ so lawyer wadaro matifo hyewonsa
yo that's the prophet yo etefu na hwefo na na peso ya do bibiara se otweda mpon na dom wa meyen nkwa dem ti yebesu adze ne yakwahina enyim ya fa dam kwan edo ya do bibiara se den na so enyambero na wa joining wo radio Rainbow Radio do na yinara ya bom esu adze na nzepo wo mu no yakwahina enyim wo dam kwan no do tindan so ya krado yebesu adze echia BWF Solicitors idmafu nyina ne yana clients ahodo wo wiasa afa na nyina so ye chiche obibiara
lawyer ahwie enchie no agu amayen woni se ya wodade ye tena ase a the first thing aye no ye bro update ebi wo hɔ a anɔpaya ena omde yaba ebi wo hɔ a abadeda afi na omo implement ebi wo hɔ nso omo ahyehye agu akwan a eba adenti na ye ma wo update ye ma wo update no wahu se wuwo bibi ya ye nentem because ni omo de ba no ebi wo ho a wobetimi abiti ebi ho nso a wobiti embiti ena watimi akobisa lawyer say enti ba bi a mintimi mbiti no meye den na mabiti afeni ede mmra no atofom na ya kyerɛkyerɛ no ani so na bibia ye kama enti sɛ ya ma wo update na kyerɛ sɛ ya amwa wo enti yenkɔe na lawyer ema ye update na fe ye de ende topic no ede atoa so na aye kama lawyer odaroma yenji update.
Yo, prophet. What's this? Otumfo, Orobo, baby, Orobo. Na chere da ho no hian.
Honi hian.
Instead the other for baba no. Ma young bossan ensan embo eho biem. And say yensi eho ebiem.
Yeah.
And pese yesi so. Yenim say ye cost spring enche January ebewu. Na me aduma next week na ye de kwewie ye. February ever started. Na spring no ya can spring aban say spring no and eba no be say na spring is where dadie bi na nemu spring ana UK ebre enso sheye ana say afi no ya chemu nine enti ye wo summer ye wo spring ye wo autumn and na ye wo winter. Yehwɛ mu a sisi a winter ye di bewie ye because ye di bring ye wie ya be January ye di bewie ye na ye call spring ne du abon say afi de India no ubehu science bi but ne ye ka wo mi say e be start from March April that spring period to May thereabout nti aban say from spring obeye bibi after immigration ho na ne ayeka akire ya woni say and ayana me ni afukofo ekasa fast spring no ho a na me kan say so spring no e be start March a wo dey fan say by first week of March no na say we no why until end of February is your plan your budget until then aban say obeye o say we skilled worker titru wa wo work care no so no SOC Social Occupation Code, you know. SOC 6145. And yeah, care workers. General care workers for no. So we have care support, care assistant, care whatever. 6145. And there was senior carers. One no occupation code no 6146. About sir me so wo krom UK or mu dadade a well we busuafo wo yere anase wukunu ana wo ma no omu ye okay anytime bia we be ready we bet my application ama ma be join o full stop numbers say we need UK dada as a skilled worker on the 6145 and 6146 in the swar and they making sure say so per akwenya wo benya no ebe cover wo yire ukunu anasa wo madia make sure say wo be your application now empo we your visa before spring because spring no safo ni nyina no omunya akwenya emfa one family emba biem tinane a ye boss no say anasa yesisu no say so we are skilled worker na afi na wenya wo employment letter and as afi na wo be your interview na wenya wo offer whatever no make sure say process no SPD up santi by first week of March 20th or second week of March no at least what there no we hu isusuaso say ye dey ama wo a wo ye na waba enti ene ne akwenya a ewo ho for and there second one no fees no a ewo ho a nsesaye aba no aban say from 5th of February no one year application ni nyina no from 6th as I say omutua nti by 5th na one year application from 6th of February no wo as I say wutua new IHS fees nti wo hwe asisi ano wo call online say wo koto IHS no a link no kra no o ma shut it down in preparation for the change. First now to me call koto ho we your application na we use. Sisi anu kra no kwa wunya. nti na just help us we application na ubiti change na eba no a ubetumi the application na atum. Question is some visa no ewu ya ana ewu ya metumi renew anytime na maybe ti sa change no ana it's open. So yeah yenim no Imran's home office for guidance say yes sir we application no we renew within 28 days. But abai emre bi ani ho a ekasa. But at the same time no you don't have to say abai emre bi ani ho a ekasa nti metumi aya no 6 months ahead and that's 1 year ahead. Then we have to mainly apply the common sense rule. So the common sense rule is within 3 months ade ni be no ubetumi e dey atum earlier. It is about 3 months time one. Ubetumi atum now to avoid the fees. Because with the 2 more ubetumi tua na we avoid it sa £1,027 no a omode aka ho no. You say ebe cost from 1,560 to 2,587 from Crawford a omoye 2.5 year and as omokwaji 2.5 years leave no private life and as a family life titiro for no care for no and as a working route for no omode no so different enti ye call ye nimu no ye de sika no nchichemu nsesa aba no ye de betu board no so and as a screen no so ama yehu say change a eba no ni amoya no and as nsesa eba no e car ebeba ho no nie na yetumi ehu ni a ye nti prophet me de ebesi ha na yatoa adesua no so
emo yemfa asidapesie ema BWF Solicitors ne kese pa ekoma lawyer ene waji akonwa lawyer Charles abribia wonya adaje enya mmere ebe kirekire ye niomam sane ne wabuebi update no so no wonderful se afe ena odi wafidie no ato ha kai hunu se eha eye Rainbow Radio International 92.4 FM ubenya ye wokamu ubenya ye wufie wo living room wo kitchen wo toilet so ye hia ni se wato radio ni bi ni odi asi ho ba bia ubewura bia ubeti ni lawyer ka ho asem wo office ho to radio ni bi na fasi ho na chinchim fakoto 92.4 FM we enye internet twetwe si bia asem we die direct na kire se wodam na anopai yebeko lawyer akachi na ansa na yebesan bo awura ho no kai hunu se BWF Solicitors ye wo 4th floor Anna House 214 to 218 Tottenham High Road 7 Sisters London N15 4NP London N15 4NP ye office number sisi ya ye kasai ubetumi afre wabuku appointment na lawyer wi a watimi agbehu eye 0208 493 7340 0208 493 7340 emergency number eye 077 127 61884 077 127 61884 say opesa woni lawyer Charles edi enkomo a mepacho twen owie pe ubetumi afre no na say ubetumi asend no WhatsApp message na ne opesa wo kana no waka say dey wo life nti ofre na anya ade a onsa beka no ofakura nka me kura me bubefu number ni 079 47 63 6037 079 47 63 6037 lawyer Charles number no enkwe na yenkofa ene topic no emrew. Lawyer, oh.
Prophet, wahapa.
Lawyer, why is a chameleon? No, so sanko ha, no, so samba ha. Padaroma. And then your topic, a refusal of skilled worker dependent child application. And a lawyer, and no, yen free and how to get it right.
Yo, it's here for the for Prophet, and then come no in here pa because cause ni frustrations are what do I cause no. When we say ukra watibi, it be abadan Rainbow Radio say my maybe all your application man ba manaba or your skilled worker and that's why or work permit to sue UK and nobody am ready are no ama ye refusal nkwala no ama ye asefim bebre. Na woman say and there's any etie for na for ye hu no refusal of skilled worker dependent child application. So we are skilled worker titru care we UK na why application say ukofa wo baba because brand is with me yen sa na ye de mrafofo are we say won qualify santi obano ye refuse no. Question is say den na ma oboka sa na kwan ben so na obeyi a obefa obenya no right anene enkomo no. And viewers and listeners, we are looking at refusal of skilled worker dependent child application, reasons and how to avoid that refusal. Prophet, you might share marking scheme no home office for a use no. I refer to case working guidance. Case working guidance is not law, but it is the marking scheme or the guidance. As I said, case worker no omu follow no. That means the case worker no ekwa mrafoforo na or the refusal and also the making decision no who crowd to meet no because this is supposed to be the guiding rule and that's a marking scheme. Until there, you call home office for classroom. You question say more marking your work your application no efa your mba ho no marking scheme ben na omu use na omu ye den na omu tumi ka say ya pass and na say you fail. Na say kwaba say omu ye sure den na omu ye and what do we also have to do? What is the context? Prophet, na woman say abai share skilled worker program say who skill bi a utumi de share afoforo a fabra UK omemu no oba kwan say betumi de woyere na wukunu ana wo mba nso ababi and then no eye wukunu ana sa woyere asam na ye kan na mbom wo mba enti ya share we no a menu de mebakọ eso. So please take us to the beginning so that people know what we are referring to. So if you move, okay, even at the bottom, we'll see what is there. At the bottom of the page. Okay, so from the top. I see dependent family members in work routes. Or people can say routes. Whatever it is, you are right. And this is version 12. Very fresh. Bottom of the page, you know, this was published October 2023. October 2023. That means N1 Omuguzu AUSU. Into your call page 11 1. Page 11. Ubehu say or say dependent requirements. Dependent, you know, your husband or wife and also children. And then it's about children. So go down to children or child. This is the marking scheme. Our home office for AUSU. Or say child requirements. Child requirements. Nti sa wo tie na wo ye care worker so kofa wo baba yenum say esesa wo ba no edikan oye under 18 years under 18 so abro 18 na say we di 18 na oye akwala biem nti mo hye no so the last year we betumi aye no 17th year of the child we do 18th year no out. Any one already 16 and over. And that's akwala no 18 and over. Of course, 18 and over no are exceptional, so we are not even going to go there. Let's settle under 18. Parental relationship, you have to prove. A big deal ma awufo. Birth certificate is only proof of paternity or maternity. And birth certificate, we stretching one, you can, that's how we are confident and comfortable. You can provide DNA. The key word, confidence and comfortability. When you're confident, DNA is not compulsory. And when you're comfortable, DNA is not compulsory. I'm not going to provide reasons why you will not be confident or comfortable. You know it. Until when you're sure, say DNA and you're compulsory. Use the birth certificate. Question: what sort of birth certificate? In the ideal world, birth certificate should be procured or obtained immediately after the child's birth. So we are birth certificate at all. That is the ideal world, but we are not living in an ideal world. Even individuals change their mind at any time, or things are different. Therefore, what we are saying is, depending on the arrangement and that's a process birth registration was a particular country, that is what we follow. So let's say country A, the birth registration process, and let's say law, let's say when you are born, you have to go through process, digital process or manual process. If it is manual process, it is handwritten. If it is digital, you go for the digital process. So they take fingerprint or facials or whatever, and they generate certificate for you on the computer. Into we say countries need be or manual birth certificates, and now digital or electronic birth certificates. Both of them are correct. Question: how long should it take for a birth of a child or the birth of a child to be registered? As I said, immediately. But it's also possible, say, depending on the circumstance, register akwala later. So it is the context that an explanation you provide. Until say what the birth certificate in the aba. To be say, adentina akwala no 17 years ago. Na the birth registration in the 17th year, let's say 2023. It is the explanation you provide that matters, because country things are different from country. So that is the proof of relationship. Let's go back to the marking scheme. I say full birth certificate showing the names of parents or parent. If it is one parent. If it is both. Most countries, both parents' names must appear. In the UK, when you are going to register the birth of your child, and you tell them that there is only one parent, that parent's name appears, and the other parent's name will not appear. So you have control. Elsewhere in the world or in other countries, it is compulsory that even if the father is dead or is irresponsible, the name must appear. So it's set in stone, and therefore you should be able to explain to them the parents or the other parent is not there, but the name is compulsory, so the name appears. Or if you have court order giving you guardianship opportunity or guardianship arrangement for that child there, and also possible so which may prove say akwala. So the child may not necessarily be your biological child, but it can be adopted child, and there must be a court order. Then government issued household registration certificate. What is a government issued household registration certificate? That is more or less the full birth certificate. Full birth certificate means that it must have everything that a birth certificate must have. And the government issued is the one issued by the government of that particular country. So that's the difference between bullet point 1 and bullet point 3. Let's go down. So we have proven the relationship. We've proven the relationship. As a caseworker should refer to the relevant guidance under Appendix Children Guidance. So, when they ask them to provide evidence, they will say, we refer to the paragraph of Appendix Skilled Worker in relation to Appendix Children, CH. What does Appendix Children say? Parental immigration status requirement. So, who parent you must show, say, who will stay in the UK. So, responsibility requirement. Who parent you must show, say, who are so responsibility, more or less, you are the only parent. You are a single parent, so to speak. And therefore, the other parent is either dead or has abandoned responsibility for that child. So responsibility. So you have to confirm. Exceptional circumstance. So the caseworker should check whether the child has exceptional circumstances. For example, serious and compelling circumstances, i.e., things that may cause harm to the child, so that if the child is not brought to the UK to join that single parent, there will be consequence. And that consequence will be detrimental to the life of that child. So caseworker must be mindful and follow the marking scheme. 1. Parental immigration. Have you checked the status of the parent? Until the parent in the BRP aba. Are you sole parent? In other words, do you have sole responsibility? Yes. What is the evidence? If there's no evidence, you must prove exceptional circumstance. If both parents are there, that's shared responsibility, then you don't have to show sole responsibility. You don't also have to show exceptional circumstance. You may show exceptional circumstance if one parent is living in the country where the child is. Then if there's no sole responsibility, there must be exceptional circumstance. We'll come to that. We go to UK-born child requirement. That's not necessary for people born abroad. UK-born child requirement could be a child born in the UK and they are living abroad. Most people will not have that bit. So the caseworker might not burden him or herself with that unless necessary. Child dependent, aged 18 or over. Here, previous permission as a child dependent. In this case, Akwalado is already granted permission when they were under 18, but they are now over 18 or they are 18, but they still need to they still depend on their parent and they are making application. So this one is only applicable if the child is already in and going for renewal based on the mother or father who sponsored them. So this may not also be necessary if the child is applying from abroad. And most of the concerns are abroad, coming from abroad. Child leading an independent life. A child is somebody under 18. What if the child is 17, but they are okay and therefore they are living their own independent life? They don't depend on any parent. Then that child, even though a child may not necessarily meet the rules of depending on their parent, and so they have to join the parent. Care arrangement or care requirement. You are bringing your child to the UK. Then, let me pause here. We will come to that in detail. Prophet, because you are a skilled worker, who meet your responsibility or exceptional circumstance. We say we confirm ubano abba. Question is say ubano and he and obeda. Even though the rules don't mention accommodation, it is important that you point it out. The accommodation is sorted. The next thing, we hear Juma 37.5 hours because that's the standard time for most of the skilled workers in the UK. 37.5 hours. Give and take, you may have few days off. But when you are working, who will be looking after the child if you are a single parent? So care arrangement, you have to meet that. So we move down to the marking scheme. So viewers and listeners, you take note of the marking scheme now you go through. No, we in a case worker no ebe yusu eda judge application no whether to pass you or to fail you. Exceptional circumstance, serious and compelling. We'll come to that in detail. So this is the marking scheme. How does this apply in practice? Somebody's work is being marked and the caseworker is not sure. So they want verification or further evidence. And it is within the rules. Within the rules, Obaka Charles said, when you're a caseworker, before you conclude, make sure say you are sure. If you are not sure, go and verify. Especially if you want to refuse under Part 9, Paragraph 9.7.2, you have to provide minded to refuse notice, warning. Before that, you also have to have the due diligence to offer flexibility to the applicant. Until we do have evidential flexibility rules within the appendix skilled worker provisions, and so. In case worker will write to you to say, we are considering your application and we want to confirm XYZ. And that is very, very good. And the case workers are doing that. So this is somebody under the data protection regulations. We have a duty of confidentiality to our clients, be it potential clients, existing clients, or past clients. Also, duty of confidentiality to people whose resources we are using. And therefore, anything personal is redacted or taken out. See, we are not showing you from the beginning, we are showing you from the middle what you need. So, we are reading what the caseworker has said to this applicant. Our applicant is called A. A is applying to join the mother, who is in the UK on a skilled worker route, either 6145 or 6146. UK, your decision-making center, is currently assessing the application submitted by the above-named applicant, applicant A. We are unable to conclude the application at this time as we require additional information. That is the evidential flexibility rule and how the caseworkers apply it. Your application is being assessed under paragraph SW32A, capital A. Appendix SW, paragraph SW32, capital A, will tell you that you have to meet the relevant rules if you are a child. That's what we went through earlier on, the checklist. Sole responsibility, exceptional family circumstance, care arrangement. Those are the key ones that may apply to most people. And this is in relation to appendix children. So CHI 3.1 to CHI 3.2 of appendix children. What do they say? They say what we have already mentioned, that the parent with permission as a skilled worker is the sole surviving parent. That's the first point we saw, sole responsibility. Or the parent with permission as a skilled worker, that is the sponsor. The sponsor who has the permission has sole responsibility, or for the child, upbringing. What is upbringing? Bringing the child up. Ne didiemu, na tawishemu, ne suku komu, asore obeko, and then fufu obefa, idia yebeto no, religion obe pursue, asore, that's asore no, a hospital I wouldn't beko, or yarea, may I pursue a surgery, yes or no. Why no making all those decisions? That is the responsibility to do with the upbringing. The decision maker is satisfied that is, if A or B does not apply, then C must apply. So these are either so A or B or C. It is not and. So it doesn't have to be all of them, one of them, depending on the circumstance. The decision maker is satisfied that there are serious and compelling reasons to grant the child entry clearance or permission to stay if they are already in the UK with a parent who has permission. So the first one, A, parent with permission is sole surviving parent. That means the mother or the father is dead. And so automatically responsibility shifts to the surviving parent. That is the simple interpretation. And this is taken from Appendix FM, paragraph 297D. Paragraph 297D, so one indefinite, and that's a British passport, and that's a omukuta 2.5, equifa omumba to join them as joining family members. If one is dead, we say that D says if one is dead, then responsibility is automatically with the one who is alive. That's the surviving parent. Into the other parent, you are not solely responsible. You have to clarify where the other responsibility is and why you think you have 100% responsibility. B, if the other parent is not dead, as I said, show that you have sole responsibility or 100% responsibility. If not, what shows that if the child doesn't come to join you, even though their father or mother is somewhere in the country where they live, this child, if they continue to live in that country, that is how I put it. What shows that the situation is so serious that it will make the child living in that country undesirable. What will happen, or what makes you think that if they don't come, something will happen to them? Then they are telling this person, you have confirmed your mother or father has not made an application for leave to enter, because when they are applying, only someone said, is your other parent joining? Or say no. That means only one parent is in the UK and they want to join that parent. You have also confirmed that, please underline the word confirmed if you are following me. Confirmed. You have confirmed both your parents have parental responsibility. How did you confirm that? Because when you are applying, you said that the other parent is not responsible. So how did you confirm? One, you have provided consent letter from the other parent. So that is confirmation that the other parent is also responsible as to where the child must live. So that is part of the responsibility, and you've confirmed. Or you have shown on the child birth certificate that the other parent is the informant, and that is within recent times or in recent times, few months ago or just a year ago, that other parent was the informant. So how come that a parent who has provided consent or a parent who has registered the birth of that child, all of a sudden we are saying that is not nowhere to be found, and therefore the other parent is solely responsible? So you see that we tend to shoot our foot or our own selves if we are not careful. Please provide any evidence. You have provided evidence already. So they are telling you, please provide further evidence. The key word is further. So you don't go to them and tell them that, oh, further evidence under the evidential flexibility principles or rules. Information or document you would like, you would like to be considered, you want to bring for us to consider in line with point C. What does point C say? Point C says that there are serious and compelling circumstances that makes the exclusion of the child from the UK undesirable. Simply, that's point C. Today because A does not apply because the other parent death certificate B does not apply because when to improve so responsibility, because with the consent letter just in the application process now as part of the application from the other parent, what it means that the other parent has given permission for the child to travel. What does it mean in plain terms? It means that akwala papa and mama no also eka ho emma you decide where the child will live. So that's shared responsibility. So C is the only point if you are not solely responsible. Enti prophet na yebisa say who susu say bibi fofo ewo ho a kofa bra because yehu say unye solely responsible and yehu su say parent back no onwuye. So that is this person's question. Omo marking no answer omo marking no application no omo ehu say ensisi so mama no mere say onfa bibi mra wokọ ase ho a epacho fakọ ase ho no. How many days no omo de ama no? 10 working days. So you have to count and you have to send it to the work sponsored document request. So address necessary they call and your address no omo feel so brave no. They say send the document to this place. And they say we here ready, what do? You have to write to them to say thank you for your request for further evidence. proving this or that, and putting together the documentation or further evidence you've requested. 10 days is not sufficient to gather the evidence because I have to contact government officials for this or for that, or I have to put them together. I need further time, extension of 7 days or 14 days. You have to specify to provide it. And this is also allowed by the caseworker to consider and to give you extension. So if you are not ready, plead for time, but you cannot avoid it completely not to send the document. What if you don't send it? The application will be refused. That is the conversation for today. Prophet.
Wow. 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 Well, lawyer, actually, and you're with your lawyer say, application now, when you're be ma man for any empango to me.
And one no, but what we said, there is what we call interpretation of the law.
Yeah.
Anything that you there is literal interpretation, there is purposive interpretation. The purpose interpretation is near ultra mrano ne botaya and say then I'm not ordering.
Yeah.
We here will be mrana say to interpret it for you. And even though my kind of side travel, you need nipa na wama wati aseno to get it right sometimes for you.
Rainbow Radio.
Yedi aburuchiri aba Ghana. Yedi Ghana akwa aburuchiri.
Emo lawyer Charles onyame enshira papa sania emre no akọ nanimu afa no me se yema Deborah emfa potokasa no emefam sania be ya emfiri amanfo trim na afe ewia ne yakofon lines no so enti emre a ye twan Deborah amana aba no hye no nso number no 0208 1334646 0208 1334646 and that's 0208 133 1134 0208 133 1134 na ubetumi di ensem ni bi nso afa ye WhatsApp no so edi aba ana say odi messages no bi ebetumi afa ho edi aba ne yakenkan edi ama lawyer 0777 1950989 0777 1950989 na yedi dwumadie no edi afa ho edi ama ho kama yanko fa Deborah emra me pacho se Deborah beba.
Hello, thank you, Prophet. So today we looked at the topic of refusal of skilled worker dependent child application, reasons and how to get it right. So we looked specifically at the guidance. So this is the guidance that the caseworkers at Home Office look at to make a decision on a child applicant's application. So the guidance was called the Dependent Family Members in Work Routes. So guidance is not law, but it, like I said, it's the scheme that the caseworkers are supposed to look at and to follow to make a decision. So in terms of the requirements, the child has to be under 18, and also you have to prove parental relationship. So how do you prove parental relationship? Well, it can be by birth certificate or DNA. You can also prove it through a court order, such as a special guardianship order, i.e. where you have adopted that child. It can also be through a government-issued household registration certificate. Caseworkers are also obligated to consider the appendix children guidance. So they have to look at the parental, the status of the parent. So they will check whether the parent actually has status in the UK. They also have to consider sole responsibility. So you have to be able to show evidence that you are solely responsible for your child. So sole responsibility means one of three things in the eyes of the law. So one, you are the sole surviving parent, which means that the mother or father is dead. And so automatically the responsibility falls on you. Or you have sole responsibility for the child's upbringing. So like you are involved in every decision making pertaining to the child. This includes their schooling, their hospital treatments, the church that they go to, etc. So if you're able to provide evidence by means of a letter or letters to show these things, then that's one way to prove some responsibility. And then the third way is that there are serious and compelling circumstances. So, as Lawyer Charles said, what shows that if the child isn't in this country with you, that they will die? So, it has to be very, very serious. Also, they have to consider the care requirements. So, even the accommodation and finance, they're not strictly mentioned, but essentially that's what the care requirement is. So, do they have a suitable accommodation to live at? Also, is the parent, financially stable enough to look after themselves and the child? The UK born child requirement is also another requirement that they have to consider. Child dependent aged 18 or over. This is typically for applicants who were under 18 and then given permission when they were under 18 and they're going for renewal because they were under their mother or father's application. They also have to consider that the child is not leading or living an independent life, so the child has to remain dependent on their parents. So these are just the requirements that they have to consider when they're making a decision, essentially. So it's also within the rules for the caseworker to ask for further evidence if they feel like they don't have sufficient evidence to make a decision. They can contact you and then they can ask you to, provide some documents, information. Usually it's within 10 working days, and then they will provide an email address for you to also provide that information. So yes, that's my summary for today. Thank you.
Well, we thank Deborah for her quick, brief teachings. And Mejidi say nia obechiri nyina no wate ase because ase Nancy ni sister Deborah yeah brofo no ohwiegu ho ase unyakasa na wonkasa enso no wo kamera na akọ anopai bra na fa beda Lawyer Charles na wonsam ni nyina wonyi ano ema pepepepepe 0208-133-4646 enti telephone line no na mabuya tum ubetumi ade nsam ni nyina aba na lawyer ayi ano pepepe ade ama de bia masem American is se lawyer ba no wa mmọ wa asem so a eno nkire se uwasem bisa bia wontimi mbisa mfa ho da bi wonti ene wo ha enti ba bia wa asem no wo bia no wo de ba obeyi ano edi ama kama lawyer say me twen na mafa me first caller me pese me bisa ese na say eba say ye refuse me ya refuse me no me nya no ho sa because e bia ma nya document number nti and ya refuse me fine say ye refuse me na sa kire me nya document na e wo say me koye application foforo ana say na ya refuse na wo say me pursue.
Yo, Prophet. Some mark work in we are. Omama Max. Max no ena ebi betumi aye refused. The first anybody you are marking out there yes we failing into your refuse no. What can you do?
Lawyer,
Jina ho administrative review.
Lawyer Jina ho mami. Jina ho. Me ba cho me ma wachi emu akwa ba.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Me pacho, me beshia friend komono in the middle. Me pacho, me pese me clear for new explanation no idea bakuwe. If I understand no, how do you call it for the dependent no sir, uda su or her ubeti me do family aba, but after na be free Ghana aba from first match no ultimate famba. Me pacho semeti ase sana idea.
Pacho sana here.
Okay, that's why I could consider money now.
Yo, ohine, yenso yeda wase, sa no. Ubisa dia lawyer be chiri mama pepe. Anti odi no beba dia ye ntem na fa na bra. Odi no beba ye ntem. For application no kotum sisi ya ye ntem. Me pa cho me ma wachi e me wakwa aba eba dwumadi so.
Hello?
Hello, me pa cho me ma wachi e me wakwa aba.
I have no idea what you're saying. Do you speak English?
Oh yeah, please, madam, I can speak English, man.
Okay, listen, can I just ask you, do you know a Nyako?
Do I know what?
Do you know a Robert Nyako or a Nyako?
Do I know a prophet?
Sorry?
I can't get you right, please.
Come
I
again
just
for us,
found a
please.
bag with the keys and the thing, so I'm just trying to find them. Do you know them or not?
No, I don't know them. Sorry, this is Rainbow Radio. Thank you. Thank you. Me pacho hi Rainbow Radio. Anapai embramu nkomo na yedi. Yani BWF Solicitors. Me pacho sa Deborah Nkrufo no mo ba ha mo nye kefo. Anapai wet me afre 0208133446. Lawyer wahu Deborah Nkrufo e bi no me saka mo ha yo. Omo oni am kasa we padding sa padding no anhwi ya no abre. Lawyer me pacho wi point no ma me enko.
You na me clarify my meaning no about friend say send ya yet no question no. But mrane kan say wo mu dada. Ya do visa ma wo UK dada dia and the ono wo handsome mrane ba nti expectations of kwakofa obusuafo na aba na e ho dada. Nti aban asesa mrane no ma examti wo mu dada no. But what if na ukope ejuma na wenye ejuma na wakoye application na wenya no ehofo no na yese wan ya no ntamo a obetumi aloke ohekafo anasa womba.
Yeah. Lawyer, jina ho mami. Me pacho me ma wachi e ma wakwaba e ba dwumadi so.
Opacho, good morning.
Morning.
Me pacho. My business system we pay, but now I'm I say ne in favor. But I'm say me who's adjustment we have. Me won't collab with you. Omo mami no papa nyina ni ho. Me na me hwe wo. Na na ka pese me di omo ba. De na me ye.
Lawyer, ebe you ano.
Pacho you. That's
Me patro we dia siso ba kope eka yen ho na omo anti no omo ati cause e be hia won so.
Lawyer, osi owonkola bi e wo fie. Omo mami na omo papa nyina afrim. Na wono e na wo hwe omo e na opese odi omo ba. Enti ekwan ben so e na obefa e na odi omo ba.
Yo esan say nkwala no enye ono ankasa ne yem emba. Minim adekodo ade wo UK anyway so aye EU ni anase okuta indefinite indefinite and the old indefinite anase UK EU settled indefinite.
there be EU.
Normal indefinite.
Aye.
Nkwala no so mo ya wo yem emba.
There be me brother.
And I just say we adopt one. Now when your court order, so that you have special guardianship order, and your friend will come hano, sign your friend. But when your adoption papers order no, uba be your parent ama akwala no. So only 18 there. Ubet me the number.
There you mean. Okay. Intend what me ya Ghana.
Uba start wa hano de kwewe wa Ghana because of international laws ninti. Ukoye sa ade na ubasha asem ko wo ti krum ha na ukofa akwala na ba ha so ubasha asem wa ha ko so nya wo na we kowie wo Ghana nso se obi ba ukofa na efi wa ba na countries me ni nyina no ama wo permission na accord
Na mami so pese eye tietia simple and short ma won so a bra BWF Solicitors because yewo firm ni bi ewo Ghana ena yewo no wa hanso enti ye start wa ha na ye de wa ko wie wo Ghana na eno na ye simple ama wati
pache
nyame nshiraw bye bye Hello, me pa cho me watching emo akwa ba badwumadi so.
Hello, Prophet.
Yes sir.
So don't put your coupon on BB at the Combo.
Nyame ashira me papa.
It is your coupon. Lawyer Charles so me manache. I don't know if the Mrano be our mobile.
That's
Now,
right.
net your question may be said you. Fa discussing on net na Miss Angabiana. Lawyer will idea. Or Mudim Maravium, but idea not word on your back.
Oh, fabetin.
And it may Baba Nipi. I know what I would to a free hokra quote number for the energy company Yabrano letter set or mono de Nidin and any details of Oma credit for be set or do Moka the credit for Nen and negotiate. Now, my crop purpose will be your Moka. Also, and I say, and that's what was previous to was cited that debit. But energy wow no more yeah ethnopus maybe into energy new for we so no more okay why surprise it's a new energy for yeah or more them so do more kai it like that in the so month and now no more negotiate how to over the asaka no maybe say a bus ya mrakwan mu no yetimi de fa so ana de be na obetimi aya aboa.
Lawyer Wadaroma.
Yo, only out of 4 at the saying. Yo, Tina won't be sunny say, Oba, when your letter saw the car. Also, Usu say, and you no crack. Yes, sir. 2% who say, oh, yeah, day.
Embra bi obisa say, embra kwan bi wo wa obetimi de energy fo no afaso. Because nipa na ye de ekana bre no ono said to the best of her knowledge no on the energy phobiaka
All right.
on the energy phobiaka enti ekwan ben so ena obetimi de nkrofo wi afaso.
Okay, I'm going to let the brown no. I'm going to show Emma BBS wo mu ana we de mu ana.
Amani moja mu nyina ayehye. No kure ba ko
Yo, sana check dia. Obukwa akopɛ doctor report. Say letter ninti amani moja nyina asesa. So sana check dia, then you can link what has happened to the letter na nsa kan ya no. Because there should be a causation to that damage to the body. Why? Yes, sana check dia. You can call them to say I have no idea. You can call them to say don't call me, send again. You can write return to sender, or you can just simply forget about it, put it in the bin and live your life.
Oh, okay. If I show any medas, after for be play work 20 minutes.
Mo we otiasefo.
Minim hustle BWF Solicitors so dem akọ minim ba bi mo bi bia kama. The bakreta na med no ba na ne lawyer start what you can mention mu sisi ya hwe bibia na epo.
Yeah, that's it. Me pa cho me mo achi emo akwa ba.
Yeah, morning. Obi ahun ye.
Onyame adum nti ye hu ye papa.
Yeah, mpacho me here chechum kakra be free lawyer wo. Me ba Chroma 2012 with the visiting visa and me overstay. But me benya obabi or Portuguese yene shisha. But 2015 amuchi me with a fair evasion, but amo mami fine and me try with it £100. Yeah, but end of the day me benya me krata 2017 December. And along the line, EU settlement scheme by me apply and I mean EU settlement scheme indefinite leave to remain. But my name say my qualifier say me to British passport and because of £100 fine I mean this is my train up to 10 years But I am person
Yo, finally, it has to do with suitability. I mean, we application and they will ask you the criminal side of matters, but so fair evasion. Now I'm going to go court. Now I'm final wait here we are. How long? Was it 2015? We are in 2023. That's about 7-8 years. 2024. So we are 8 years. And the 8 years, it wouldn't be a serious issue, say you find £100 because Bibinti went to me fair no at the time. That shouldn't be a problem. But if you are unsure, let somebody do that application for you when you get there. Now, the woman said, how long does we have naturalization? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Worry, no. Sir, also, yeah, and I will you indefinite. And we pray indefinite for 1 year.
Yeah, that's it. Meaning up to 2017. But 2017, time I almost team with fair evasion. No. Now I'm the police for until I'm call immigration, but within 2 weeks, I'm driving. Now I'm reported for almost over 2 years. And so now 2017, I'm my dog me crata. But your friend said settlement came when buy, and I'm here. We call my lawyer Eunice. Until my EU settlement scheme indefinite leave to remain.
Right.
Yeah,
What
that's
do
what
you kind of say? Energy, would be a Jumano paint and say, I want to be brave. Now, we understand what feel say, open so we have naturalization, bra. Why?
Okay.
Bra.
Okay.
Now, the old story.
Because now me prepare, but the Canada so until me better me sure. And so because who the costume say I'm
you're sure they are here forever.
Okay, and then never be home.
So we better by hobbies, and you don't have to keep delaying. We better now I prepare with a side, why?
That's right.
All right.
That's right. And when a lawyer can, why?
Okay.
Yo,
That's it.
bye.
Let me show you.
Bye. Me pacho, me ma watching, emo wakwaba, ebe jumadi so.
I've got to. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Pacho, let me be some madam for wako wale ni kunaba. Madam for your British name. But wako wale ni kunaba ina on 1 year until bewo maybe in few months time. But ni kuni visa no be expire this year. Ina obano to sono na wa self-employed but wanye minti no wantimi anye juma. Ina ni kunu to sono wa part time ina wa steady. Ente onim de like onim de obeye like renewal no obi catcher ni say because of ononi ye juma nti no ebe affect the kunu no renewal no ntina ye pese hu de na onye
no kunu oye juma
oye part time ina wa steady
onye sika ahin unim sika onya 18,600 no nya.
I don't think so.
If you don't think so, and the better thing. And see, Brennan, so yeah, I mean, just say, I don't know how many months or years the person has got to go within the 2.5 years now. August here, we are in January. We are in January, so give and take our 7 months. And to 7 months, I just want to compare another part-time, part-time lawyer, now or increasing the gross salary. Salary no, it's only 18,600. Into now, so you say at least.
Okay.
We divide 18,600 no by 52 a obe hu ni osusu nya no a week. Now I just say ejuma na amenya foforo no hours ahin na me here let me dey prepare for 18,600 no. Why?
Okay, into the year na anya ejuma no eno no affect.
No you no anya ejuma nti no ntumi fa ne de no support no nka be ye but oba no nya ejuma nti oba no ye de no e zero me boa. So no ne de no ye 18,600. The urban engagement will not affect or no, don't worry. Why?
Oh, okay. All right. Me that's a great.
Bye. Yes, so that was see. Bye. Anopay, maminsa mawachi. Osha o time na 8 minutes past 10. Etrese yedi akoye nim papa. Lawyer, ena yene no eguso etwetwen komo lawyer Charles no. Anopay wabuebie nneemani. Mamema obeye 10 minutes bi. Na wonso bewuram na wonsem no nyina fa bedan lawyer na yento aso enko yanim 0208 1334646 mo amofre ye na mantimi amfam no nyina montimi policy na se de bia ne ameka ne se obi wo so a me fawa na ya distraction no do so na me enu nti ebeye si ebeye no 11111 enu nti wonso wo mmere nie bre na woni lawyer emedi nkomo eye 0208 133 4646 and that's 0208 133 1134 na ekyerese wawura ahoma no so na woni lawyer adi nkomo in the next 10 minutes me di dwumadi no beba na wiye me pa o chew me ma wache ema wakwa aba eba dwumadi so
amba some da se pa
mo ohene
ata rainbow for ena bi ti awa akụkọ mo obia na darling day mpacho asem kaka mpese bi sa lawyer na minister mpacho me wo kromu hano me worry British ni ena unfortunately no ohun se me wo ba wo Ghana ti ano o se oni me jai ya nti wa seven nti se ano se me apply for me settlement and you say you really need to do. I mean, let me say, if you make me apply on my own, I just want to know. And with that, and also know, me hear me settlement na advice that I'm saying that me to me the me bano account one and I say me for me young.
Yo, me pacho, so was so live one.
Pacho.
Oh yo, into the kind of you also you indefinite and I say you cut an hour and
Pacho normal.
Normal, two and a half.
My year my year 5 years in a year, and yet
which are 5 years a year.
2.5.
So okay, was settlement. Okay, indefinite.
Naturalization.
Oh, why indefinite so that?
Fine.
Oh, naturalization, it's all about you. Why?
I tell you. But now you decide Obano like document, like passport. You actually said, you know, or no.
Or maybe some question before I remember passport, or maybe some say, are you married? What can I say?
It no.
Yeah, no.
That means, yeah.
So can know there. Why would they ask for Obano information?
Can you divorce, no? Yeah, and I mean, yeah, me sure so mommy, no, like applying on my own.
Debbie, yeah, show their try me. As someone maybe someone say, what's the who ya naturalization? No, what start application? Yes, sir.
Right.
And now we could do baby. No, be so say for Obano document be bra. Yes, sir.
I'm part of by application or you decide say like Obama passport.
All right, meaning part of the application I will do, but it kind of maybe so naturalization is mainly about you. But or maybe so say what is your marital status? Over can say yeah, we are divorced.
Right.
You have to say divorced. You can't say single.
Part of because we need proof to be
only proof
divorce
you
can by just almost
oh
yeah, on the one that I say okay like settlement, separation. Yeah, and no.
Betray me. I'm not saying sir and yes sir. What I'm saying is that already no because if phone me say why worry pen because we not genius we are can no ma yes sir.
Right.
And Obama say or per divorce. Divorce no is it over?
Part of the
our court. Yes sir. Until we relationship no be separated because more separated at this point.
Okay.
The more separated there. Okay. They will ask about Obano nidi dear time I'm worry blah blah blah. But wouldn't mean you be and feel Obano or separated. But even naturalization, you don't need Obano baby because indefinite unya which might not come her forever. Naturalization say who per se obey citizen. Into wo circumstance and omo den omo hwe of nti under under the British Nationality Act no. Into wo hwe section 6 schedule 1 obaka tro nyoma we here we dey naturalization. Why? But what application is we are careful now we can okre. Ko one can okre obetumi aka say we control we baby na create problem. This also now we are sure. You see, it's better to get solution now than double the solution later.
I tell you.
Because double solution can be very expensive.
Any British passport, now I'm making apply a member no.
But I was say.
Na me bisa say me British passport no, and some making apply a member no.
Obano wa hen?
Ghana.
Where they are hen?
Our 7 years.
Which my apply and they are, but you have to prove it. Say we are sole parent. Unkwana we bibia Obano we and I say we Johnny and I say whatever. Send ya na yabo boss no. And I say sapala namba. Then they say obewu. You have to show all that. But which my yaman and they are why? So we 2 rules no.
That thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, yeah, that was it. Why? Sana jumani ye kono. Me pacho, me mawachi, ema wakwaba. Me mawachi, ema wakwaba o. Yo, me pacho, me mawachi, ema wakwaba. Hello.
Hello.
Me pacho, me mawachi, ema wakwaba.
Me pacho me do so. Good morning.
Morning.
Me pacho me pese me bisa lawyer say so pese on kofa on mambra sa 28,400 no. Me pacho and so a better requirement no one now.
28,000 bang.
On so I'm changing new migration laws no as person for or partner na say bia umbambra as family law no me read me share online no anyway it's not person me who says as a mother no ko fa umbaba sa amount of money no so unya per year no and so e be affect nkra na na some mother ninya that amount of money na say
right now emrano and I say police no can say 29,000 already no a high. If say which me 29 there, then they assume so which me share obema no which me share nkwala no a oni omo eba no enso.
Oh, okay. Ain't necessary say wunya that amount of money mpacho and say wetin ya fa umaba na say o ma no mu ni papa.
Question is sir. My me say question na me nti na wo pese uhu no ase. Ti say amene o ka say ukofa ukunu aba ana ukofa wo mba aba ana say ukofa ukunu ne wo mba nyina aba. Which one?
There be empacha ye me mankwa.
Wo mankwa there, let's not talk about that money. That money no is for spouses. Nti say no so why you ready a money there no you go a force under maintenance. Maintenance no you better to benefit for omusika a week ho. Na ya hwe osika wonya utia wo rent and no council tax and ya beka no e be sun di just like obi a oje benefit the sika sunu no ana sa na etie dia a obetumi akofa nkwala na ba. Why?
Pacho you must tell me that.
And that's it.
Na me pacho what by your office ho?
Me pacho I mean lawyer that am for me no appointment but me person me hu ansa na me ba Friday appointment no because me nya that kind of money 28,000.
Oh, na sister we dey unya ne lawyer appointment dia nka wo appointment a na nka watu obo abisa questions we nyina no wa chirichiri mu ya ma.
Say enu na lawyer ka ho asem nti bia me hwe mu nti me take opportunity say maybe say no so na bia me ko na ayem tisi ne dos that already say bia makoma beto bi yem say can affect
wakuma to yim
when appointment that that one
Lawyer, okay, say Friday, obe book ya mami.
Right. And
Okay, obe book ya mami.
I
No
had
kasa,
texted me.
Linda.
Oh, okay. Text me full name and I'm my colleague Mbukuma. Why?
My brother, they were WhatsApp
Yo,
line.
and the why? Yo,
me pa cho lawyer you we are Bukuma Linda mami ono no why na adwin say Friday o ba.
Linda,
Friday na be ha adwin pa.
You are sorted. Why?
You.
Me show with him. Bye.
Linda.
Magisto.
So when you respond from lawyer. So when you respond from lawyer Friday, masanya tie ko ye be hwe.
You, Martin.
O ma ye twen on so na Friday wa ma. Ye de over question next year.
Here me see my papa.
Mati. Ya me shira. Bye. Me pa cho o ye me last caller me ma wachi e ma wakwa ba e ba dumadi so.
Oh, me do. I'm in lower radio.
Radio no de obeluwa no kura.
Ai, me do wanna cry.
Ya me
We fight some other me case the tia wope. That means me busa lawyer say. If me Kofi. Na my year 2.5 need be the total train na me ba be koi. Na me pese me busa say me kwa me hia oba na oni me first o ma me ma the first one. Me hia oba ne nkrata ni pay slip ni tani mani na kan wana say be hia. The school letter no money adini na me person busa say oba ne dey so me hia kan wana say ni dey me hia.
Na wahu eya sasem we me ba no ma beka every week me beka ho asem. Abi before ya na ye ho anemi o. Me say questions bi wo ha. Mamu mekan wa ha. Mamu mbebisa. Me say se utie program ya yi ya. Obroni ba bi be frɛ wa ha. Na sem a wo kan kura no. Nti munnim oni ya wo tie. Insem bi wo ha mo maye mekan wa ha. Na appointment kakra mu niema mama mo ho atom no. Eno no mo mpe. Ji ekofa problem ba answer. On wasem ya wo kan yi. Se obi tie yen na sebi ofri ifiem ho en wo tie yen a wo be wa adwene se wo kan twi o. Ghana fo ma ye adwuma wo ho. Omo hayi nipa ma omo tie etie nsem. Enti lawyer de wo ba ha obema wo head up. Enti wo question na wo bebuisa no. Ta ehunu se wo na wo ye immigration officer. Ena sa asemi wo tia. Unyi ni se wo de be come board akodi nkomo akoka so nkrofo bi kura no say no mo yenti yensesa no yema na de bia no yema mu yedene mesrew masa asem ya wo bi say me ma lawyer yiwa no book appointment na kokotenase because insem bi wo ho a lawyer enka ha nkyereo because nya wo asem ni nti ena obeluzu ni license sa ni ameka not yase nya wo asem
let me tie mo na bi sipika mo na me tie o come before
enti me pa chaw je lawyer number na book appointment na call because se wa wodi wa adwene toto asem na wo ka no ho a insem ni bi wo ho a to me ensisi so lawyer ni mu answer na kura wo man because ono no obe protect ne certificate ni ameka no tiase yeah obe protect ne certificate enti no o mema information bi a to omo no wrong ochina ye be kwa kohwehwe no on denti ni certificate wako school for 9 years and I say for 6 years akoje enti mesrew nsem ni bi wo ho a technical ko na woni lawyer nkotena ase ye wo niam a ye digu asaso ene ye wo niam a ye digu apiyem ye wo bedroom ene ye wo living room niam untumi mfa o bedroom niam megu living room en sound good en look better me pa cho je lawyer number no we dey me very sorry but asem we ya beka abeka insem ni bi wo ha memeka no wo radio so ha so unim say ye nware emfa nkoji sei omudi omunim so waware awaware nti insem ni bi wo ha wo kan no lawyer be yi wo ano no won yi wa no yi on mount the right answer because obe protecting certificate what you say me pa cho 0208 493 7340 ana frɛ lawyer direct 079 47 63 6037 079 47 63 6037 lawyer Charles number na media ma no me pa chew ye wie a frɛ no kotenase no o kotenase a secret bi ewo mu no betumi aka na ewo mu bi obetumi aka kyerɛ what you say no woni ne mienu wondwene oni a wotie ni a wonti ho asem ebeboa issue no why
your prophet.
Yes, sir.
So generally, no, within the rules, no, yeah, yabaka generally to answer any say. So we are direct access father or mother. Now would you know baso I application? So would you renew and that's what you for the first time? Oh, as I say, we prove it's still no contact with the Aqualano, so you still have your direct access intact. And no, and I say we prove. Oba no so ye adwuma, oba no so ye adwuma, and no dear and can't direct access provisions no ho. Nti answer me de ba ma me nua no eno no.
Lawyer.
You no na me pretty, that's be brave.
Aye, ba no na maka kyerɛ me, eno na wo party ba secret wo mu no pa na maka kyerɛ wo no. O ka so o ka na sa wa wie. Me say obema answer protect his certificate. Nti answer no na odi ama no ba o pese ni awo kan wo hunu mu yie di a frɛ no na kɔtenase. Why?
That's be brave.
Nyame nhyira. Bye. Yo emo atiefo ni adaye koso ya ni sepitri. Aha, ena ne anopa yi ye di besie. Ye frɛ me Bishop elect Stanley Osebri Osei. Anopa yi ni a lawyer ebetimi ya no waye yi. Yenso ye jetum lawyer ye da wase. Afefo wanu asem etwa to obre na yenko.
Yo prophet unso ye da wase pa say we di referee na afenu nyina ye ni age da wase pa. Now, a woman, I think we have a question that came up, so we'll quickly respond to that. If the father is dead, do you have to prove death? Yes. Because if the father is dead, that is A, within the rules. B, sole responsibility. C, compelling and serious family circumstances. So yours will be A, evidence is death certificate.
Wow.
Yo, ATM ni ahwefo and then so yada se bebre. Se when yam brain na yesu ade be du pempensu eti say. Na yesu nyina ne say adanti na scale worker for emba ye refuse won. Na kwan ben so na wo de wo be protect wo ba from refusal. Ya hwe marking scheme no kwan a home office for edi make decision. Na ya hwe obi a ya friend say on fa document bi embra emedi adanse say nia o ka no eye no kre and say eye no kre nti reasons no ene na ye go through no say we say we are single mother na papa no a we say oni ho no wa ma permission say fa akola no tu kwan and so and there you are not accurate with the information what kind of application no no and now also say we say papa no wewu na one for death certificate amba and now say we say we single parent and so one for BBM amba just say una we bibia in terms of akwala no abrabom decision making na ade no na one for bibia amba ekwabasa o mama wo permission and say akwanya say kofabra one for nkwa ye be refusal full stop you refusal a wo be den wo betimi akọ administrative review but ade now yes for brown we nyamba nti eni ho nti administrative review no den na wo kwa challenge evidence ben na wo nti ebe kan say before we do administrative review no make sure say you have all your arsenals intact na we da kwa challenge wo say me di we buy man consider na mo refuse me but one for bibi anko na wo say kwa challenge wo dia madam or massa jinhuye how do you get it right na you can say make sure say wo your application no a in some way ye bisa no ebia no interpretation ewo ho implication so ewo ho it make sure say answers are the be ma no wo ho evidence how to get it right. Make sure, sir, what prepare enough in advance before you put in the application. Make documents, you know. Into so responsibility, no. Make sure, sir, who academy na papa ne wua fabra. Sir, so responsibility any ho. Papa no enwuye. Na chasa na wo kan say papa no wo ho. You both look after the children. But ne ekwaso akwala na brebo mu no. Eye so serious say wan kofa akwala na nfi baby owa no a bibi beto no. Then actually say sanete social welfare for then or can assessment, child assessment report, police, then or can all those things, you know, what the baba a support or point are will make, you know. Yes, also there, and as I said, both parents must be in the UK or the other parent must be traveling with their children or the child to the UK. Enti ehana ende nkomo no yedi besi na etuna nso yebesan ehia ewo efidie iso na yedi nkomo nti join us again Saturday nso yababa eyankopon asonye enkan nyina prophet yafa kwan we so eda wase bebre woni Rainbow Radio ebusua ko ni nyina yedemo ase sa bring na munya mbre community no ho do nti moba free of charge moba boa na yeye edwuma to serve the community. Ye kan sa no na yesre the king of Great Britain say next year award no oma on kai Rainbow Radio and Prophet Stanley na oma no bako yabase.
Amen.
Amen.
Me say me da yeso na me so no e na no pe wa be hye ho nkomu me say award no so me ye no mo maye bi award no when me say na no me sisi no na matena Rainbow Radio almost 18 to 19 years.
Wow. That's community service.
Almost 18 to 19 years.
Community service. You deserve something.
Enye easy kra. Lawyer, ye da wase. Ye chia Uncle Ben, ye chia Auntie Eunice. Ne BWF adwumayefo nyina. Kachre operator adaye say ene manya no phone call enti na wama mani su birimi. Me da na se papa na adwuma oye. Yo atiefo ha ene ye besie. Enti wanti enka bi ma na kire say yasre kwan ye ko.
This is our world. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced family law firm specializing in immigration and naturalization, as well as dispute resolution. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner with over 30 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stand for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity and inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance across all areas of UK and Ghana law. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Led by experienced senior partner Bernard Owusu, the team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with your immigration, naturalization, dispute resolution, family law, new wills and probate, Ghana law and practice needs. We are dedicated to providing solutions to our clients' problems. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Main office line 0208 493 7340 or our emergency line 07712 761 884.